Still here.
I didn't want.
Let's try this one. Yeah. Gangsta nigga, put my hustle down. Show the game up, nigga. Took your high score down. Put my name up, nigga.
Hi, Amors. Welcome to another week of the Amor Code podcast. I'm Avielle Amor, your host. And if you want more Amor, please like this video, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs more Amor in their life. Before we get started into this week's episode, it's going to be very interesting where I'm going to take it, but I'm going to take it there. I just want to take it there, okay? And I want you guys to be, in for the ride with me. So the reason for this glow, I am glowing because I love self-love, self-care. So much so that I started my own skincare line, which is Skin Seeds. And these podcasts are brought to you by Skin Seeds. This is the all-over base and body moisturizer that I use. It is the mango seed cream of the crop. It has mango butter, sea buckthorn oil, vitamin B3. It is just jam-packed with so many nutrients that really gives your skin like this glow, and it evens out your skin tone. So I applied this probably like an hour ago. So check out Skin Seeds, mindfully so to reap the glow. It's a mindful skincare brand. I don't know why I'm holding this mic. I don't know if am I going to hold the mic the entire time? I don't know how I'm feeling about my setup right now. But anyways, back to the Skin Seeds. I use that on my face and body. I used to do a 7-step routine. If you guys been following me, you know that I was all about the serums, the oils, all of this stuff. Listen, I want my time back. So I created something that I can use on my face and my body that's going to keep my skin soft, and it will not, clog my pores. So that's why that I created that for you guys. So check out Skin Seeds, mindfully so to reap the glow. Okay, so last week was very interesting. I really appreciate the people that called in. I'm going to put the mic down. I'm going to figure this out, guys. We're just going to roll with it, okay? But last week, we talked about relationships and the title of boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's kind of where I'm going to start at here. And then we're going to progress into the title, which you see what the title is. And hopefully I have enough heart to continue with the title that I titled this episode. So we talked about boyfriends and girlfriends and how do we feel about those titles as grown adults. My personal opinion, I shared that I don't really subscribe to that anymore. I mean, I have had boyfriends and girlfriends. I've had boyfriends and I've been a girlfriend, but that was when I was in school. Like the last time I had a boyfriend that I was like, oh, that's my boyfriend, I was in college. And then I ended up marrying that person, right? After that, I've been in a couple of relationships, but I never really titled it. And I never really looked for the title. If I entertain somebody or if they entertain me, it's like a get to know one another thing. And I don't call myself like saying that they're my boyfriend, because like, what is that? I feel like it's just temporary ownership over a person to fill this void emotionally that one another has within themselves, if that makes any sense. So when I shared that on my Instagram about, okay, so someone called in, first of all, someone called in and asked me to be their girlfriend. So that's how we got onto the topic of like boyfriend, girlfriend. And I was like, what is that?
Call into your podcast and ask you to be my girlfriend. That's all. Not too serious.
Girlfriend, what does that mean? Like, what's a girlfriend? What's a boyfriend? You can go check out that video or check it out on my last podcast. But I'm just going to read the comments first that I got underneath that post, and then I'm going to we'll play you a voicemail of someone's response. So some of the comments, I'll just read a couple. Your Destiny 2 commented, I totally agree with you. I feel boyfriend/girlfriend are for people who are scared to commit, because if you want me, I'm going to need something more solid than that. So I'm reading your comment as if you are marriage minded. Because like it's either you're with me or you're not, and we need to get married. It like reminds me of that New York Tiffany Pollard meme. Like I'm ready to get my eggs cracked, you know? Like you're either with me or against me, or you're in my way. Because if you know what, we'll keep going. Okay, so I do have wine in this glass, and then I have my juice in this glass. I'm chasing wine with juice and aloe vera, pineapple juice and aloe vera. So the people that asked me what's in my cup, the first episode, yes, it was wine in my cup. But in this episode, I have cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and aloe vera in this cup. Yummy. Got to balance it out. But anyway, where was I at? So it seems like you're marriage minded. Okay. I agree with your comment. Next comment. Diana Loves Food _ commented, besides my primary school relationship, the two boyfriends I had turned into fiancés. Oh, wow. That you had turned into fiancés. I only married one. So I guess it means a little something, something. Okay, let me check out your profile. So I have so many questions. Okay, so you're sarcastic, so you're intelligent. Well, it's crazy how many people don't understand sarcasm. It's crazy. You turned them into fiancés. It's like that, right? I feel like sometimes women and some men too, because I've been in that situation, they push for a relationship from the other person and they turn them into something that person didn't want to naturally just flow into. So you turned them into your fiancés. My question to you, Diana, Dirty Diane, are you still married? And the reason why I asked, are you still married? Because you turned him into a fiance. And I am not like trying to be disrespectful or anything, but like how is that going? I feel like, you could just comment or you could be anonymous and call back in. I really want to know how that, are you guys still together? You turned him into a fiance. Like, did he want that relationship? I'm here for conversation. Okay. All right. And then someone commented, Liquid the Still commented, oh, it's interesting how the question was meant to be a joke or just lighthearted, parentheses, I think, comma, but you took it to a deep place. It's interesting how you knew the intention of his voicemail. Like, do you know him? Let me see if y'all mutuals. No, you don't follow each other. So how did you know his intentions of what he asked me that? I find that very interesting. But maybe maybe men clock certain things and women clock certain things. So I took it as he was asking me that because I have context, because this person has asked me sometimes before. And that's why I answered it the way I answered it, because that's the way I answered it. Anywho, let's get into this voicemail. I'm going to play it right now. Where's it going to play out?
Hey sis.
Hey.
Okay, so I love this topic because I feel like the title boyfriend and girlfriend is so like, no offense, it is so like 18 to 21. I feel at this age, I don't look at the word as childish. I just feel like if my title ain't upgraded in 2 years to wife, then I am just considering you as my partner. Other than that, I am not saying boyfriend or girlfriend because it's like, I'm too old for that. Like, I feel like I'm just too old for that. I want to be like, well, my husband, or, he could be like his wife. I don't want to be like, oh, my boyfriend. It's just like, I feel like at our age, we just need to kind of like, step it up with the titles. Like, a title is an extreme thing. Some people take titles too serious, but if I am going to accept that title, I don't know if I like to be called. I mean, I think girlfriend is more respectful than being called like someone's bitch or someone's shorty, but yeah, upgrade that to husband, please. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much for calling in and leaving your thoughts about it. Okay, so please respond to me. Like, call back in. I really want to know. So let me say how I feel about what you said. Okay, let me go back a little bit more. Last episode, I said boyfriend, girlfriend. What is that? I feel like boyfriend and girlfriends are emotional crutches for the lack of emotional intelligence within a certain individual. So, a lot of boyfriend girlfriend relationships are contingent upon where you are at with your IQ of emotional intellect. So that's why a lot of abusive, codependent relationships, I believe, happens because you're filling this void with the other person, and then communication, and then the layers, the layers, the layers, the layers. Okay, that being said, you have your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you're giving it a time to become husband, wife. Heard you. I've been there. I did that personally. But for what though? A certificate doesn't change nothing. The title really doesn't change the relationship that you and another person have. If that makes any sense. Like, you can be married. I was in the military. People got married all the time for the check, and it didn't change. That certificate, that outside, that piece of paper did not change anything that's going on in the relationship. Marriage is business. Commitment is a lifestyle. Monogamy is a lifestyle. It's a mindset. And then getting into this title, a lot of people out here are closeted polyamorists. Now, let me tell you why I think that. A lot of people are closeted polyamorists. So I Googled, because we got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. So I Googled what polyamory means, the definition, and this is the Oxford definition from Oxford Languages. It is the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typical sexual relationships with the consent of all people involved. That's going on right now. Like, people say, oh, they're for the streets, guys for the streets, girls for the streets. That's what's kind of going on. And I feel like it's crazy how this is what, like, I talked about toxic relationship meme pages, spam accounts, and how a lot of people relate over the toxicity of a relationship. But I'm like, is it really toxic, or is what's really going on and you're blind to the fact that that's what's really going on and you want to ignore what's really going on out here? What's really going on is people are talking to multiple people. People are sleeping with multiple people at one time, but then they just don't say that. Some people, you might get a couple of real ones that say like, hey, this is how I'm giving it up. And then it's up to that other person to believe what they're saying and not just be delusional and be like, oh, no, they just want me. Or the two parties within the relationship aren't saying anything and they're just like, acting like, it's just you, or you're not even acting like that. You're just, in the flow, but you don't speak about what's really going on because of fear. And that's why I believe majority of people are closeted polyamorists. Come out the closet. Now, with this self-discovery, okay, I feel like, okay, call in and tell me how you guys feel. Men and women, call in and tell me how you feel about that statement. You can find the link to call in my highlights tab. It's going to say the code, And if you're a close friend, you'll be able to see the link. To become a close friend, you just comment #Amor Edition. I add people in once a week. So the sooner you do it, the better, because I can't guarantee everybody's going to get, I'm not going to let everybody into the gates of glory, to the Amor story. But also, if you want the link, just follow my Insta stories, because you got to look at my Insta stories every day. I'll share the link here and there, and you'll be able to call in. But tell me how you feel about that. Are you a closeted polyamorist? Be real with yourself. Be truthful. Can you do that? A lot of people are that. And then when someone speaks out about being that way, they're shunned or shamed. Do you? That's how you do you. But I believe a lot in the dating realm, when I see like relationship gurus and coaches say, like, date multiple people at the same time so that your emotions don't get tied up. I think that ties completely into the lack of emotional intelligence, because if you do aspire to have a monogamous relationship, you have to be monogamy minded before you even get into that monogamous relationship. So dating multiple people for fear of losing your emotional control shows lack of emotional intelligence. And it shows fear of, like, maybe sometimes becoming overly emotional, because why? I feel like if your goal is monogamous relationships, dating multiple people is not the wave. And it's not like you're lame or square, but it's going to teach you so much on how to be okay with yourself, okay with your own emotions, and know it helps you become more self-aware. When, okay, you're dating one person, that's cool. I don't got time to be thinking about so many people at one time. I'm trying to think about myself. And that's how I feel. So, have I been a closeted polyamorist? I have to be real. It has happened in the past, so I'm not against it. But do I see that in my future in life of, like, making it my permanent lifestyle? Okay. No, but you see the hesitation in that no. Because, okay, it's inevitable to find other people attractive, but then there's a lot of things that come along with it. I mentioned to you guys that I work at a gentleman's club, and last night I met a couple, and they were in an open relationship. So they were telling me about their lifestyle. The girl's telling me, like, oh, how she does strictly lesbian relationships, and her husband, he could have a girlfriend, and she had a lesbian relationship, but her husband was not attracted to her, so it was just her relationship with herself and all this stuff. And I'm just like, really open, really trying to, like, understand, how their dynamic works. And when they were just explaining it to me, it sounded like, I was like, oh, okay, so you guys are really both, like, cool with this, like, okay. But as the night went on and they're drinking more, I'm giving them more drinks or whatever, the guy starts talking to me a lot more. And I start noticing his wife, like, looking at me or trying to cut off the conversation. I'm like, we're just talking, And I asked her earlier in the night, I'm like, okay, so you don't ever feel jealous when he's, like, with another girl? Like, how do you handle that? That's, like, a different type of level of security within yourself to be able to know that, okay, he has a whole other girlfriend, or you don't feel any type of way. I don't care. She felt some type of way. As a woman, she felt some type of way. She really did. And she was, you can read it. I clocked it. I'm like, this woman, do certain women allow that's why I say no, because I really do feel like I'm secure within myself, and I understand that the marriage or the relationship is for the commitment of building with one another, creating legacy. But, like, how you guys feel about that? Would you ever do a polyamorous relationship? And what type of, like, Jedi level of emotional intellect do you have to be on to sustain that for your life? That's not a life. I don't think that's not a life I want to live. You mean to tell me my man is with her? Oh no, girl. But you know, people's mind change. Right now, I'm just like, yeah. But yeah. So the questions I want you to answer this week: are you a closeted polyamorist, or are you out? Have you ever been in a polyamorous relationship? And what type of emotional intellect do you have to be on to accept that? Like, tell me, like, what is right, what is wrong, right? You got to do what's best for you. But I know a lot of people that swing in relationships, they swing into these open relationships, rarely ever swing out together. And teach his own. Life. Amors, I think that's all I have to say for this week. I'm very, very excited to hear the feedback that I'm going to get from this one. Please call in, become me Amor by commenting hashtag Amor Edition on my Instagram account at Avielle Amor. And from there, I will add you to my close friends group, and you can go to the code highlight tab and find the link, leave a voicemail up to 90 seconds. Or you can follow my Insta story, and I randomly post the link in there, but you got to watch it like every day to catch it. And then also make sure you subscribe, tell a friend if they want more Amor in their life. They should listen to the Amor Code podcast, available on YouTube and Spotify at this moment. I offer playlists. My playlist is all on my Instagram. I'm kind of like redoing my site right now, so I'll figure out how to organize everything like that. And check out Skin Seeds to mindfully sow to reap the glow. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. I'll talk to you guys next Sunday at 8 p.m. here on the More Code podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching so far, and until next time, bye.